Kawan, you made tunes, right?
Player 1, press start. Start. Press start. Start. Player 1, press start. Start. Press start. Start. Player 1, press start. Start. Press start. Press start. Start. Player 1, press start. Start. Press start. Start. Player 1, press start. Start. Press start. Press start. Start. Player 1, press start. Start. Press start. Start. Player 1, press start. Start. Press start.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Affinity Inc. stream. My name is Phoenix, but you could also call me Jay. So sorry for the delay there. Did not mean to do that. I started our starting soon countdown and was like, yeah, we're all good. And then issues like basically right as I started the timer, and I was like, ooh, should I stop it or will it anyway. We're back. We're back with some more Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. Ooh, baby, I'm excited. Because last Sherlock stream, if you didn't see it, we borderline were playing a whole different game because we were on what felt like a dang Indiana Jones, side story type of deal. Which is not to say that was a bad thing. I enjoyed it. It was very cool to have like that sort of a switch up in the story, or at least like in the gameplay. But totally unexpected, but very much enjoyed. So I'm curious to see how things were gonna unfold this time around. Because now we're kind of aware that I'm not gonna say anything could happen, but that there isn't quite a norm, for lack of a better word. Before we go ahead and jump in, this is the last thing, and we're gonna get right into it. Change my avatar. Only 4 episodes in, we finally have a detective outfit. Yay. But then I also switched out the hair because, truth be told, my hair hasn't looked like that. What it used to look like with the wider shape in quite some time. So it just felt like we should, art should imitate the life element. But anyway, let's get into it. It's time. It was also important that I did all of that at the main menu, because also, if you were there for the previous stream, this guy right here, Watson, mad disrespectful. Would not shut up while I was trying to do my outro.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
And he kept saying that, just over and over again. Letter is on which table? Y'all got a few. Okay.
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter.
Okay.
A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
Okay. Are we gonna... Coat of
The
arms?
Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Like, did we need to analyze the envelope before we just went ahead and read the I mean, I don't know. I suppose that's important too. Let's see. Abbey Grange, Marsham, Kent. My dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I have found it, but I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Who is Sir Eustace? Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade. Okay.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the EB monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Not for real.
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
Wait, but how do you know when he wrote it?
Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Okay, like, so he wrote the time on top of the... Okay, I figured there was a detail that I just missed, but at the same time, if it had just been that Holmes deduced that because of something else, I wouldn't have been surprised either. This man just says things, and they're true. Investigate the murder at the Abbey Grange. Holmes receives an urgent late-night summons from Inspector Lestrade. Something is wrong at the Abbey Grange. It appears to be a case of murder. That's such a unserious photo to use for the bloodbath. Like, that angle does not do the scene of the crime justice. Ooh. Now these people are wealthy,
Mr.
huh?
Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Theresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Alright, I was chuckling because Spoons in chat said, okay, so right off the bat, I'm guessing ice knife. Ice knife. You know what? Let me check my clues. Can we just go ahead and make that? It'd be so funny. Not funny, but I guess, like, if you could, for jokes, include elements from previous cases, that would be kind of funny. But only if, like, the characters would react and be like,
Lord
Holmes,
Ramsay
why are you...
Brackenstall.
You gay? Like, why are you suggesting these
Baron
things?
Lyndon Brackenstall.
So, like, were y'all forced to have the same expression? Like, golly. Who were y'all, like, giving the death stare to? Is that rude to say, given that one of them was just killed?
Brackenstall.
Or I guess, you know, insensitive. Anyway.
Sir Warthen Brackenstall.
I love that we're getting all these names as if I'm going to remember them, or as if they are probably relevant.
Lord George Brackenstall. The Brackenstall family seems rather austere.
If that means they don't ever look happy, then yes, I agree. Nothing else to... Okay, what we got here?
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Man, they did this woman brutal. Golly. I mean, I know they killed a man, but, like, you know... Like, jeez. Pale cheeks. Okay. Elegant dress. Wedding ring, right? Is there one? Oh, there is one more. I didn't see that. Oh, wait. Old bruises. Well, let's get the current events right now, and then we can swing back on the unhappy marriage
Can you
part.
describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yeah, but I wasn't
Yes,
there
madam.
when you
it
told
is.
him.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Theresa came to my assistance.
Okay, look. All I'm gonna say is, and maybe she just talked like this. I know at this, point in time, people they said a lot of words when they didn't need to, but she talking like she got a word count to hit. There ain't no need for all that. Get to the point. Talk about some. He tried to fight them off, but they were three. Something about the I don't remember all the terms already. That's just how many words she threw in for no reason. Anyway, is something missing? Like items stolen? Sure.
Did
Let's ask
these
about
three
that.
villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
All right, and then about the unhappy marriage.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
I don't believe you.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you... Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship?
See, I mean, some interesting details. I'm only bringing that up because the very first case, you know, was an instance where there's a wife and a husband. Husband got killed. Wife wasn't quite, you know, the happiest with the husband. And she didn't necessarily do it, but she also maybe had a hand in it. I don't know. I'm just going off of prior experience.
Theresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir.
So that character profile. Okay. Working hands. I mean, I sure hope they do. Anyway.
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a tad odd. You know, you seen some people that you didn't recognize, you know, creeping around the outside. Didn't even mention it. Theresa is very attached to her mistress and has known her for a considerable time. She is the only resident servant at the Abbey Grange, cooking for, serving, and nursing Lady Brackenstall. She would not hesitate to protect her in the event of any trouble, or perhaps get rid of a situation causing her trouble. Could it be the maid? Lady Brackenstall, not quite 25, is from a wealthy Australian family. What kind of Lady Brackenstall, not quite 25. Like, so 24 then? Going on 25? Why do you phrase it like that? Australian family. She has been married for a little more than a year. She has, in all probability, suffered physical violence over the course of the last fortnight. The lady lives a solitary lifestyle, seldom venturing outside. What up, Kobe? Yeah, what did I miss? Not much. We're just getting started on today's case. We're at Abbey Grange, and there is a murdered husband, a wife who's been beaten, and 3 suspects that we are led to believe are the culprits.
The body is still in the dining room where the murder took place.
Okay.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
Okay. Bit of a funky transition they did there. Please do the...
A trapper's hut. A trapper's hut.
Alright. Oh. Well, I don't think we need to go out there just yet.
The hunting scene.
Okay, what about the top one?
A hunter's cabin.
Okay. Dang, y'all got automatically closing doors?
Antique hunting weapons. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing.
Now, for my, for anyone in chat who maybe partakes, what is beeswing?
There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured.
Dog, what does any of this mean?
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other 2 are clear.
I agree.
A decanter standing next to the open bottle. An inseparable pair indeed.
Spoon says, I was gonna ask you, filmy crust on old wine. And, okay.
Chateau Calon Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru.
I mean, yeah. What he said. Alright, it's the chair she was tied to.
Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me.
Sailor's knot, you say?
This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
Yeah. Now that's an interesting detail, because I don't know anything about these Randalls, but if it turns out that none of them got any fishermen
These wine
slash
bottles
sailing
are
experience,
expensive, and mostly from
you know,
France.
or perhaps if they do, then maybe that's a slam dunk.
This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen.
Okay. Is that everything? Okay.
An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents.
Okay, what else am I missing here? It would have moved me on if I'd gotten to everything. Oh, okay.
A bottle of wine is missing here.
Well, I mean, isn't that just the one that's on the
criminals did
table?
not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware. The hunting scene. This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there. A deer hunt. A fur trader's cabin.
I'm gonna take an educated guess and assume that these folks are outdoorsy types.
A fur trader's cabin. So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon. That must be the murder weapon. Barefoot, he had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress. The head was cracked with the force of the blow.
Is there? Oh, okay. Oh, wow, yeah.
It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
I mean, I would have just assumed that it, like, splashed, you know? But that makes sense, too. Mantelpiece? What the?
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me.
I know that's not what he meant, but the way he said someone who was taller than me, as if he can't fathom someone being taller than him.
The death was instant.
Yeah. Is that all they wanted me to know was about the rope? In my inspector vision? Seems like it. All right, let's head out to the French window. It's a nice garden y'all got here. mean, I don't know if this has anything to do with anything really. Probably not. There's the family crest. Oh, but you know what? She said that she saw people by a gate, no? I wonder if... Oh, what's this? Let's go here first. Okay, can't go there first. So this must be the gate, right? Right. Oh, that's just to leave. Okay. Okay. Then maybe I'm on to nothing. I thought maybe we would be out here to investigate where the maid says she saw the three men. Doesn't seem like that's the case though. So maybe we didn't need to, oh, maybe it's this one. It is not. All right. Let's go back and talk to Lestrade, I guess. I don't know that there's actually a reason to be out here. Well, where'd he go? Oh.
I've searched outside for footprints without any luck.
Alright, well, I didn't mean to do this one. I meant to, let me go to the notebook. Yeah. The scent. That was just dialogue, so let's go back to Baker Street. Investigate the murder, right? Inspect the room where Lady Brackenstall is resting. Have I not? I guess I haven't. Let's go back over here then. I felt like I... Actually, maybe I didn't. No, I did not walk around this room. Not enough, anyway. The Times. Family business booming. The Randall gang is back on the street. Less than a fortnight ago, this infamous family of... Hold on. Ooh. Still getting over, well, whatever... whatever's getting me. Ooh. I'm better than I was, but we not 100% just yet. Less than a fortnight ago, this infamous family of burglars, the Randalls as they are known, made their reappearance by the way of a brutal but successful intrusion into one of the wealthier homes in Sydenham. The police are already on their trail. However, the details of the crime are being kept confidential, including that of the name of the victim. A witness was able to provide a precise description of all three men, and this will surely give the police a chance to complete their profile on this family of delinquents. We will take the liberty of reminding our esteemed readers about this highly dangerous band. We would take the... Yeah, no, I read that. And to provide the full description as it is available at this moment. The gang has been in business for some considerable time, being a family of three, a father and his two sons. The elder, Jack Randall, is a man in his 40s and already gray-haired, while of average height and build. Being the mastermind behind the burglaries, he retains control over his sons, both of whom are close in age but very different in appearance. The first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered with a small, disproportionate head. That is a crazy description. The younger brother, Melvin Randall, is of somewhat weaker constitution and is as skinny as a rake. I mean, they are criminals, so I guess them clowning on them in the daily reports, you know. Hey, I respect it. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for the exceptionally brutal pirate career they enjoy before returning to England. Be alert and may your valuables stay safe. Whoa, so they would know about those sailors' knots.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
Also true.
A trapper's hut.
Of course.
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Theresa was taken at a port, but which one?
Oh. Rock of Gibraltar, Adelaide,
So the
1893.
lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
Just taking people's possessions. As you do. It's probably the only other... Alright, let's see. What do they want me to look at?
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame.
Oh.
This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
Okay. Hey, I know you like recovering slash maybe grieving, but I need you to open up the safe. 3 glasses on the table. I mean, yeah, if we can ask her about that, let's ask about that first.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Hopefully that was muted. I guess I'll find out. Okay, so first off, about the glasses, I don't know, weak response on that one. About the safe, cap. I mean, even if you don't know it, I mean, I would imagine you maybe know where he kept the combo, unless
Let us try to open this safe.
maybe didn't write it down.
This
you know?
safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
All right, let's get it. Okay, well now we're... Is that not? Oh, okay. I was like... I appreciate that they didn't make me open it, like, you know, having to go, like, to the right, back to the left, you know, all that stuff, you know? Anyway. Got some medical reports. Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of a hepatic decompensation. I'm gonna read this normal because they're using words I don't know. The last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There's a particular odor from your breath that is common in those suffering from liver damage. Then there are the lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by an alteration to the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. Okay, yeah, that checks out. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of an evolving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites? Maybe ascites. Ascites? Anyway, fluid in the peritoneal cavity. Dude, this happened last episode in the playthrough. Like we getting a lot of terms thrown at us, or at least at me. I'm not gonna speak for y'all, but I know I don't. You know, my field was not medicine. Which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I'm available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options. All of this checks out from what Lady Brackenstall was saying. Not that I thought she was lying about that, but, you know.
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
Okay.
Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care.
Okay. Anything else to say to you?
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behavior.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
So yeah, the maid and Mr. Brackenstall, they had beef. Maybe not like, you know what I'm saying, they're direct, like, you know, we fighting, you know, one-on-one type deal, but like...
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
But she definitely didn't like that man. So, all I'm gonna say is, keeping an eye on her too. But also, I would get it. I would understand.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
But he wasn't arrested. Which y'all never arrested him. It's y'all fault too. What we got going on? Alright, seemed like we heading back to Baker Street. I know we got some deductions we can make, but I'm gonna hold off for now. Where's Toby at? Ah, there he is.
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire.
I like how the prompt for Toby said take. And I don't know like what it would say instead, but like...
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
But like I don't know. It's like it's another living being, not like a book. Oh, but look at him. Look at our boy. I'm not gonna lie. The last case was fire. But just the fact that we get to bring in Toby might be bumping this one up. I'm biased. I get to control Toby. This is so much cooler than controlling Watson. I'm kidding. I promise I don't have real beef with Watson, but also he knows what he did. Sure. Spoon says, Toby, time to shine. Exactly. Finally some spotlight for our good boy. I don't see. I was looking at the shed earlier too. That's interesting. The trail looked like it looped back around that way.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
Okay, yeah, and then went over this way. They was just on a tour of the estate. For real, for real.
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
I was gonna say, is there more? So all I'm gonna say once again is just interesting, because these are all places that I did in fact run past. It just wasn't the time yet. I just wasn't our good boy Toby when I did it earlier.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
You aren't moving your mouth.
The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
Okay, dang, bro, don't blind me. Alright, well, let's start with the shed, right? That's where they went first.
This hook might be useful. Small gardening tools, nothing of great interest.
Okay.
This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty. Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved.
Okay. Sounds like someone was just gardening. Glittering
There's
object.
something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
Oh wait, could I? Dang, I could have examined that.
If only I had.
Oh, never
something
mind. That
with
was
which
just
I could
okay.
lift
Cool.
that object.
Well, yeah. I mean, didn't we just pick up a hook? There we go. I didn't see that. Oh, thank goodness they left a loop. I mean, maybe that was their plan the whole time anyway, was to retrieve it later.
Silverware. This is hardly a coincidence. The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
Do people really, like, have it like that? Like, I mean, I guess they're wealthy, right? Like, they could do whatever they want, really. Which, take that as you will.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
I co-sign. Okay, there we go.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
Alright. Right, I do still need to do that. Okay. I'm gonna go back inside real quick. We're gonna see. We gotta press them now. Well, maybe not even like press is the right word, but like, you know, we found your silverware, so there's that at least.
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
Alright. Anything else with you?
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Alright. I don't know what I expected, but both of those statements felt a little, I don't know, a little patronizing.
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
But granted,
You are
given
a
we're trying
wizard,
to
Mr.
find
Holmes.
criminals.
And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
And now we focus on nothing else but the silverware. Now the real talk, let's head back to Baker Street. We got some rope to analyze. Oh. Or no, maybe... Dang, that might have been wrong actually. I think we needed Toby still. Cause we could have had him sniff the area where the rope was. Alright, let me just go over here and see. Is there anything to... Oh no, okay, we're good. That was correct.
Let us see how the rope was cut. The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut.
Right.
Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope.
Nah, that's
The
frayed.
fibers from this cut appear to be different.
Okay, so not scissors. Maybe some cutters. Maybe just some. Is that smooth?
The fibers from this cut appear to be
Yeah, I was
different.
gonna say not quite. It's kind of more triangular. It looks like. I feel like a knife wouldn't be it though, right? Okay, well dang.
If I cut the rope with a knife, it matches the original.
I take it back. That cut was clean.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
All right. I mean, time to make some deductions now, right? I mean, ooh, I got a lot of stuff here. All right, let's see. Bent poker, no personal life. Inspector's tail. Fireplace grate. Knotted rope. Okay, so knotted rope. Oh no, because that's not related to the... Oh, well maybe? Okay, cool. That's something. The rope was cut once with a sharp knife and tied quickly in sailor's knots. That could indicate that the intruder had a sailor's background, which we do know that the Randalls indeed have. Dead body, fireplace grate, is that connected? I mean, like, okay, yes. The death of Sir Eustace could have been due to his accidentally striking his head on a fireplace grate. Spoon says, just so you know, I've been taking ridiculously detailed notes. I love that. Thank you, because that may come in handy later. Should I forget something relevant? 3 people, 2 people. There were 3 people drinking wine out of these glasses. One of the 3 probably prefers wine with B swing. There were 2 people drinking wine out of these glasses. The remaining glass with the B swing consisted solely of the dregs from the other 2 glasses. Well, that could make sense. Because if you wanted it to seem like it was 3 people, then you would have 3 glasses. That makes sense. I don't think we have a conclusion there yet. Criminals identified. Randalls are well known. The robbery was faked and the whole story invented in order to blame Sir Eustace's death on the Randall gang. The testimonies and evidence match and point to the Randall gang. See, this is where I'm not going to lie to you, especially with the utensils being in the well. I feel like they're being framed. I'm not saying that these are good people, but I don't know that they did these, especially also, right? Because they're more known for robberies. I don't think the headline mentioned. Actually, I have the. Let me read that again. Cause I could be wrong about that. Which one of these was the? There we go. Made their reappearance by way of a brutal but successful intrusion. Take the liberty of telling them about them. In minutes for a considerable time. Yada yada. Mastermind of the burglaries. Yeah, I mean, and yes, they do have a pirate career, right? But they don't mention anything about murders. You know? Spoon says, also neither of the women are, the woman asked where you found the silverware, which is very sus. That's another good point, and that also makes sense why, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I told them about it, they were just like, oh, well, that's nice. Like, they didn't even really care for real. Criminals identified from Australia. Okay, so from Australia, no personal life. Lady Brackenstall married Sir Eustace shortly after arriving in England and remained at home during that time. There is little possibility that she or her maid are acquainted with anyone in the country. Lady is acquainted with someone from the Rock of Gibraltar. Oh, that's interesting. She could have homies. What is this? Okay, well, I didn't say that's what that was. Let's look back at the clues. Bent poker. Dead body? Yeah. Where did that one pop up? Is that here? No. Oh, no, here we go. The death of Sir Eustace could have been due to a poker blow. Yeah, I mean, but see, here's my issue, because I noticed this earlier, I just didn't say it. The poker, I don't think it had any blood on it. The grate did, but I didn't see any blood on the poker, and I don't think he, like, commented on the poker aside from saying that, like, it could have been the murder weapon. Criminals identified, violent behavior, inspector's tale. Sir Eustace has had several, yeah, that's tied together. I mean, that's just a fact. Silverware found. Criminals identified. I mean, let's just see. Is that anything? Oh, it is connected. Okay. Robbery is the motive. Robbery is confirmed as the motive for the crime. The criminals may have plans to return for the silverware that they dumped. But why would they do that? Like, if they dipped, why wouldn't they just go? Like bring the stolen goods with them. Like, that'd be dumb to do all this. Especially because you killed a man, so like now it's not even just theft, right? Like, you'd be wanted for murder also. Why would you want to come back to the scene of the crime? Imitated robbery. The robbery could have been imitated to explain Sir Eustace's death. The silverware was not supposed to be found. That's what I'm saying. That feels right. I feel like this might be it to make it seem like it was 3 people. I feel like the robbery was faked. But it doesn't explain this. Because it, like, deadly accident makes it seem like it wasn't intentional. You know what, before I confirm that, let me go back to the scene. I just want to see if maybe they'll let me look at the poker again. Because that's the only thing that's, like, kind of messing me up is I don't remember seeing blood on the poker. Not that that necessarily matters, but, like, it would be weird for there to be blood on the fire grate, but not on the actual weapon itself, you know?
Quite a large
No, that's
stick.
not it.
A formidable.
Yeah, okay.
That must be the murder weapon.
Yeah, see, that's all he says about it, though, and we can't actually look at it. But, like, I don't see blood on it. And, like, all the actual blood is, like, on this side, you know? But if that's, like, the gash, maybe... I don't know, I guess it's up here. Yeah, like, there's no blood on this. That's just weird to me.
The head was cracked with the force of the blow.
But also, like, cause it's like on the like the whole top side of this. I don't feel like that would make sense. Like, I feel like the blood would have had to have splashed onto this, not him hitting it first, and that being what killed him. Cause also that's like a weird angle to even fall, and I feel like the wound would be different. So I'm gonna say that it was the poker. Interesting that this doesn't connect to anything. Spoon says, also, if it were the poker, then he would have had to be facing the attacker, and then why would he? Why wouldn't he have fought back with the cane? Yeah, I mean that's what. Murderous visitor. Sir Eustace was murdered by the one person who was visiting that night. It was he who tied up Lady Brackenstall. He is tall and strong. Oh, okay. What's this? The person who was visiting that night was probably a sailor. Okay, well, sure. All right, but that's good. Now we have a new objective. Search for possible sailor suspects. We going. Oh, okay. Let's talk to Lestrade then. Maybe he can bring us some people to investigate.
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think about all this.
All right. Well, there's only two places I could go. Maybe I'm gonna check my archives. Maybe I have like a directory.
Oh, what a horrible thing.
Please leave my Mary alone. She suffered so much, she deserves some rest.
You're right. I guess we're going back to Baker Street. I'm hoping this is correct. I would have otherwise assumed that maybe we like could have gone.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Man, Watson, you're never helpful, my
This
guy.
is where I keep my post.
Ooh, perfect. Alright, blood test, vaporization technique. What the? Oh. Immigration on the rise,
My
maybe?
search must be focused upon
Okay,
the
no,
ship's
you
name
specifically-
and
okay.
year of voyage.
Oh, yeah, true. 1893. There we go. I was at least in the right category. Arrival of the Rock of Gibraltar, a ship returned. The Rock of Gibraltar, a bulk carrier from the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, Cunard Building, James Street, London, has returned from a 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand, and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, the heiress of the Fraser family owning land in 10 mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is presently engaged to Sir Eustace Brackenstall, one of the wealthiest gentlemen in Kent.
Here it is.
Okay.
The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Okay. Let's see. Task for Wiggins, the address. Oh, our boy? We get to call our boy? Oh no. Wiggins makes a return?
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
The young lad himself.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893, and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
They always
My
do.
secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Did we pay him?
I left it right on the table for you, sir.
I'm gonna assume we did. Thank you, Wiggins. That's, like I said, that's my guy.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And
Spoon
these
says
are the
Wiggins and
lists of
Toby
the
MVPs
senior officers
100%.
of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
Okay. Okay, we got Ernest J. Woods.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor.
Right. There just aren't, like, controls. Oh, okay, cool. I was like, departure from London, England on October 17th, 1894. Okay, so not you guys, because that was a whole month before. November 10th. Okay, we got something. We got Mr. Jack Crocker, maybe?
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
All right, let's see. Anyone else on here? Henry Southward. Don't see it. Thomas Walker. Don't see it. Yeah, I think those are the only names on this page. Let's see what about this one. No, because these guys left too already. And that was even earlier. Okay, I think that's... Let me just go through again, because I feel like... Yeah, so there's William. He's already gone. That says Herbert Hawkins, not Herbert Whittington. Charles is gone already. So that's the top and the bottom of the list. Those guys are gone. Right? I'm pretty sure that's it. But I feel like we would be moving already if that was the only name, right? Okay, there's Herbert Whittington, October 23. You're already gone. Oh, wait. Oh, we do get to rule out the other names. Okay, so I was on the right track with that. I should have been clicking names then. Yeah, so that's everyone on that side. Ernest. Let me see. Anyone else on here? Oh wait, Ernest.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Right. Henry.
This officer is still...
And then these guys, there we go. Boom.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Boom.
This officer was on a ship that sailed...
Alright.
Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
Alright. Now how do we find the man?
This Crocker.
Oh wait, no, because then we have a list of where they work now.
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Okay, there we go. Wiggins once again carrying.
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Sometime later.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important.
Dang,
that we
bro
talk.
really did come
You
in
will
already
soon
wanting to scrap.
understand why.
Let's go ahead and do that character inspection. First off, angry. Oh yeah, sure. Clear look, honest. We gonna ignore the furrowed brow. That man looked like he wanna scrap. Strong build. Nothing with the hands. Why are we looking at them though? Okay, there we go. Wait. Newspaper ink. Interesting. Clean boots. And a knife. A sea knife.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
I mean, not quite.
You would be right, if there was no evidence.
You tell him.
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
The sailor's knots.
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now.
But that's
Your
where you're
theory's
wrong, big
flawed
guy.
Anyway, on the night
At
of
least
the murder,
not from that ship.
I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night.
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Don't go too far.
Holmes,
We might just be
what
bringing
should
you
we do
in.
now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No, there is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
Call Crocker? Who's Crocker? Oh. Okay. It's amazing I've made it this far in the game with the things that I miss. Crocker is a fine man of the sea, aged in his 40s. He is a capable, honest man and well-educated despite not being very wealthy. He was in haste, and still he read the morning newspaper and cleaned his boots before heading out. I mean, I don't know how honest he is. He just lied to me about being involved. Crocker statement. Captain Crocker. Crocker's involvement. Crocker is lying. His involvement is clear. He appeared as soon as he heard that I was looking for him, thus signaling his guilt. Captain Crocker was aboard the Sharp on the night of the murder. He was not afraid to confront me. He had a confident demeanor. I don't agree with that. I feel like he was fairly defensive. You know, and me, I subscribe to the idea that like if you didn't have any guilt, you wouldn't, you know, like you'd be pretty chill. You'd be like, well, I didn't do it, so you're barking up the wrong tree, you know, type beat. So yeah, what do we got going on here? The captain is the killer. I mean, I think that's it. I think that's it. I do wonder, before I do this, I want to go back and talk to them one more again to see if there's any additional dialogue, and if not, then we proceed, because basically none of the evidence supports that it's the Randalls, to be honest. Because even if it was a robbery, right, again, the newspaper didn't mention a history of murders, or like you know what I'm saying, like for them to be like they're hurting people's pockets, but not necessarily hurting people. Spoon says, low-key, I am team accidental death on fireplace grate. I mean, it's still, I don't know.
Oh, what a horrible thing.
Please.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing else here. Alright, let's go ahead and get this going. Let's look at everything again. So, sailor background. The rope was cut with once with a sharp knife and tied quickly in sailor's knots. That could indicate that the intruder had a sailor's background, which the Randalls do have. That is one thing counting against them. There were 3 glasses on the table. There were 3 people drinking wine out of these glasses. One of the 3 probably prefers wine with bee swing. But that's like, it's like, I can't, like, it would just be such a weird turn of events for it to be them. Like, they came in, stole items, but not all the valuable items that they could have. They didn't take anything from the safe. And then they also had a glass of wine while they were there. Like, I mean, they could be cocky, but that just feels weird. There were 2 people drinking wine out of these glasses. The remaining glass with the bee swing consisted solely of the dregs from the other 2 glasses. And again, that could be there to help stage it and make it look like it's 3 people, right? We know that the maid is willing to do anything for Lady Brackenstall? I think it's Brackenstall. And so maybe she isn't the one who committed the murder, but she would be willing to cover up, since this now, you know, frees her from her violent husband. Robbery is confirmed as the motive for the crime. The criminals may have plans to return for the silverware that they dumped. But there's just, I think part of what messes it up is the fact that, like, the trail ends at the gate, and we can't really do anything beyond that, at least to my understanding. Spoon says, I think he hit Mary, giving her a black eye, and then either she or Theresa pushed him away, but he fell back and hit his head, so they covered it up as if it were Randall's. Maybe. I mean, because once again, my issue with this current lead is that the poker didn't have any blood, and that really is the main thing that messes up this route and this train of logic, because all he says, the only dialogue is, this could be the murder weapon, but he doesn't mention that there's any blood on it. And it feels like if it was the thing that killed him, there would absolutely be at least some blood on it. It wouldn't make any sense. And literally the way that the blood splattered, it was on the opposite side from where the poker was. So potentially also just some staging. I don't know. So I think imitated robbery is still true, low key. But then and I think that this is still true, that the robbery was faked. But then I don't think it's maybe it is this. So if that's true, then but that messes up everything else. Acquainted with the sailor. Okay, so what if this? Lady Brackenstall married Sir Eustace shortly. There is little possibility that she or her maid are acquainted with anyone in the country. Crocker's involvement. I mean, he did pull up right away, and if he did suspect that I was onto him, maybe I guess he wouldn't come straight to me. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I mean that's still true. But that is still weird. But Crocker did have a knife and I was sus, so I could be totally wrong. Yeah, I mean, my only thing is, like, she did still get tied up. So, like, someone was still there. I just don't think it was the Randalls. Because, once again, why would they only hide the stolen goods instead of just actually stealing them? What does this say? The death of Sir Eustace was an accident caused by a struggle with his wife. Lady Brackenstall and her maid committed the crime in self-defense. You decide that there is no point in blaming this poor woman. Lady Brackenstall and her maid killed Sir Eustace and attempted to cover their crime. They deserve to be treated as... Well, if we go this route, I'm absolutely absolving her. She, like... I'm not blaming her for this. Man. This one's tricky, because it's like... What if I switch this part? Does that change? Like, cause I wonder if there's maybe like a third. Well, no, I feel like it's only ever two. I feel like it's only ever two. It'd be crazy if this one had a third option. Okay, and because this is here, that messes up the. Man, I don't know. I was thinking Theresa tied her up as a cover-up, but it makes more sense if Crocker tied the knots. Yeah, that's the only thing. Like. Yeah, we already have everything here. I don't think, like, yes, they were on the ship, but I don't think either of them has, like, you know, sailors type experience. Let me see. She is the only resident servant at the Abbey Grange. Yeah, I mean... And that's everything, y'all. Like, there's nothing else to look into. Like, man, I feel like this makes sense, but it's just the fact that there's her being tied up part, and like the maid could have done it, but it was sailor's knots, and there's nothing to support the idea that she knows sailor's knots. I'm just curious, like, what happens if I mix up some of the details here. I mean, what I appreciate though is, like, I'm like positive about imitated robbery. I feel like that is true. I feel like the Randalls were blamed. I don't think they were involved, but I do want to see this though. So if it was them and robbery was the motive and it was 3 people and this was does it have to be poker blow again? there is a third option. Wow. I think that's the first time this has been a thing, unless maybe the other ones could have had a third option, but let's see. Sir Eustace was murdered by the Randall gang. Robbery is confirmed as the motive of the crime. The case is too simple for you. Take this opportunity to give all the credit to your friend Lestrade. Your name will not appear in the press. The speed with which you resolved this thorny problem is indicative of genius. The police naturally only demonstrated their what? See, even the conclusions here feel like completely unrelated. I'm not doing that. I don't think that's true. So we're gonna say two people. We're gonna say imitated robbery. We're gonna say Randall's blamed. And that puts us back at murderous visitor. Spoon says, I do think it was Crocker. I just hate the fireplace grate. Yeah, I mean, that one, that's the main thing that just throws this off so bad. But it's just like, so the thing is, I don't think there's, well, no, I was gonna say I don't think there's evidence that someone showed up, but there is because of the trail that Toby followed. Y'all, this one is like, I don't know, man. I don't know. This one's throwing me for a loop for real. Because the problem is just like, what would be his purpose for having been there? Because I don't think it's a situation where like she called him in to put a hit on the husband. Okay, but let's see. The murder was committed in self-defense. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent and dipsomaniacal man. The mystery is solved, but you decide to keep it secret. There is no need to inform the police. Who was visiting that night? The murderer is tall and agile and a high-ranking sailor. That does feel right. So the husband and the wife, right, the Brackenstalls, they get into an argument. He punches her. That explains her black eye. But why would he tie her up? That's the part I'm stuck on. I guess it was just for the sake of staging. Like if you like, cause without it, maybe there's not enough to be like, oh, well, see, look, this was right, cause that's part of making it look like it was a robbery. It was tying her up, so that's why that would have happened. Okay, no, I think this is it. This makes more sense, and especially now that I get to see the option here that we can still absolve them. To make it look like intruders, to absolve her, otherwise she would look guilty. Yeah, I mean, I think this is it. I think Captain Crocker did it, but I am going to also absolve him. I mean, right, like, murder ain't the answer, but I mean, like, she literally knows no one in this country, and like, obviously the maid is there and she can help, but like, I mean, with the way this dude was moving, who knows how much further it could have gone. So I think this is the conclusion. I think this is what I'm going with. I'm going to absolve Captain Crocker. Enough delineation. I'm locking in my decision. But man, 3 different options is crazy, bro. I just want to say off rip, it's not the Randalls. Say what you want, it's not them. They didn't do it. The newspaper don't mention a history of violent action. I just like, I mean, obviously they're robbing people and that's not good either, but it's just that, like, murder seems like that's a bit higher than like their crime level. You know what I mean? Like they're like villains, they're not super villains. You feel me? Put it in superhero terms. And then yeah, like I don't. Ah man, hold on. Let me go back right quick. The poker is just really messing me up, man, because there's no blood on it. And that just feels weird. But without Captain Crocker being involved, a lot of other details don't make sense. So this has to be it. Locking in. This game is a nightmare for someone like me who is a chronic overthinker.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Spoon says, right, I wish you could choose everything about Crocker except the poker. Yeah.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
Hey, chill, dog.
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
We also have nothing to support that.
It's true.
Oh, okay.
It is
Never
time
mind.
for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes
The way
her
that
an
intense
accomplice
music
as
just
well
cut
as her
instantly.
maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
Are you finna fight me? Dog. It don't even need to be like that.
Please
Oh, he was
forgive
gonna.
me, Captain
Oh, he was gonna
Crocker.
off
I
himself.
wished only to test your
Hold your
sincerity,
herrings, Captain.
and your words and deeds have far exceeded my expectations.
Can I say that? He was gonna
See here,
unalive
Captain
himself. I don't know if.
Crocker. We'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's brutality. Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Vox populi, vox dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night.
Well, okay.
Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
Alright, now chill, big dog.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
We just sentenced a bunch of random people to jail time. Alright. The Abbey Grange affair. Sir Eustace was murdered by Captain Jack Crocker, who was visiting Lady Brackenstall that night. They staged it as a robbery by the Randall gang. Crocker used his sea knife to cut the bell rope to tie the lady, and then hid the silverware in the well. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent and Okay, we read that part already. You have decided to keep it a secret. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I'm locking in. Spoon says, convenient that we never saw the blade of Crocker's knife because it was made of ice. Oh man, that's gonna continue to be a running bit, huh? I'm here for it. Now what I want to say, because Spoon's also mentioned, okay, do love that we are getting crystal clear confirmation. Now I want to hold on that because that's just the cutscene for the option that we chose. I do believe that if we went a different route, like, we wouldn't have necessarily gotten like that confession. I'm doing air quotes, but you can't see that. So, all that to say, like, we got confirmation in our ending, but I don't know that, you know, we'll find out later whether that's actually true or not. Because as of right now, I am still going to not check my conclusion to see if it's correct. We'll do that at the very end. Spoon says, right, but he wouldn't confess if he didn't do it, though. Well, but again, that's, like, in our ending, like, I think, based off of, like, what I don't know, like, I don't, so I have a good feeling. I mean, maybe, I don't know, like, I can't say for sure. I don't know if, like, because we haven't ran all the routes, you know, I can't say for certain that, like, it wouldn't have still come to the same conclusion otherwise, but let's go ahead and accept the decision. That's enough dilly-dallying. People solve the case the same way. People make the same moral choice. Hey, you know, as of right now, though, we were pretty consistent. I do believe on all 4 cases we have made the decision that most people have also made, which does not necessarily mean that we are correct, but just that a lot of other people are also coming to the same conclusion. And that makes me feel at least, you know, a little better.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
Bro, do not swat at
I
them.
increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
I mean, as long as these bees are gonna be chill and not mess with our boy Toby, you know, it's all good. But alright, y'all. Watson, don't you do it. I swear, bro. You better don't. That is where we're gonna end it today, folks. What a case. I mean, we got our boy Toby in the mix. We got to see dang, I'm forgetting the little homie's name. But shout out to the little homie. Point is, some nice special guests. Wiggins, yes, I knew it was something with a W. I was like, what? It's not Will. Anyway, yeah, shout out Wiggins, shout out Toby. Those my boys. Yeah, this was a cool case. Again, 3 different options for the conclusion. That's crazy. Again, I could be wrong. Maybe some of the other cases had that too, but I was under the impression that it was always gonna be one or the other. They threw me for a loop. And man, we got 2 more cases, y'all. 2 more cases, and then we are able to go back and look at all 6 and see if we made, I mean, I don't want to say like the right decisions, but like, you know, the logical ones. Maybe I'll put it like that. Yeah, man, this game is great. So yeah, like I said, that's gonna do it for tonight. As always, I want to say thank you so very much for spending some of your Sunday evening here with me. I hope you did enjoy. We're gonna continue to hope that each subsequent stream I am either no longer sick or at least a little less sick. Whichever one happens first, but hopefully it's just me not being sick at all. So the next one, take care. Spoon says W name, W stream, cannot wait for the plant case. Yeah, that one's gonna be, they be having some really nice looking stages out here, man. Like I feel like this garden is gonna look just gorgeous. So that, just visually, I feel like that's gonna be real nice. But good night, everybody. Yeah, to the next one. Take care.